Flooding may not be the first thing you worry about with severe weather, but underestimating the power of this dangerous event may be a big reason why it's one of nature's deadliest. According to an annual report put together by the National Weather Service, in 2021, flooding was the second leading cause of weather-related deaths behind only the heat. Now, what you might find surprising is that of those flood-related deaths, 55% of them occurred to somebody in a vehicle. Now, I talked to one of the most weather-aware people that I know about a time where an innocent drive on just a normal rainy night turned into a nightmare. That person was my own dad.
It had happened so fast, it was scary. I've never been more scared of a weather event in my life than what I was that night.
That's how my dad described a night 8 years ago, where he and my brother were trying to get my now sister-in-law home before a heavy rainfall, but instead got caught in the middle of it.
There was rain coming, but I thought we had plenty of time to get down and back. It was a 15-minute drive, so I thought in half an hour we'll be down and back, no issues at all.
Getting her home was no issue, but the trip back was a different story.
And I'm familiar with the roadway through here, been through it many times in my lifetime. There was some water across the road and thought, we can get through this, it's not that big a deal. So start to drive through it, the van drowns out, the van dies. And you really started to get terrified at that point in time.
There had been just enough water on the road to pose a life-threatening risk.
The water was probably 6 inches, a foot deep. It wasn't real wide, but it was deep. It took us about an hour to make that last 3 miles.
According to the National Weather Service, it takes just 6 inches of water to sweep a person off of their feet or to stall a normal-sized vehicle. And when it comes to a whole foot of water, that's enough to completely stall out most size vehicles and actually start to sweep them down the road.
To stay safe in your vehicle in a flooding situation, you want to avoid driving in low-lying areas, and if possible, don't drive at night, as it is nearly impossible to know how deep the water is. If your vehicle starts to become submerged in floodwaters, evacuate by getting out from the side windows. But to avoid being put in that situation, turn around, don't drown.